of the two being the Mariners sent left-handed pitcher Robbie Ray to the San Francisco Giants in exchange for outfielder Mitch Haniger and right-handed pitcher Anthony DeSclafani. Sclafani. Sorry, it's a tough spelling. And the Mariners did get $6 million in cash considerations back. It was originally thought to be $3 million. It is actually $6 million. In return, as I mentioned, yes, Robbie Ray heads to San Francisco. This is an interesting trade. I was really looking forward to Robbie Ray bouncing back this season after coming off of Tommy John surgery. The expected return date for him was supposed to be around the All-Star break next season. He doesn't get to do that. The Mariners send him off to San Francisco. San Francisco adds another strong arm. The Mariners get back Mitch Haniger, a name that they're familiar with, a guy who's a really strong hitter when he's healthy. But for a lot of fans, the worry is of when he's healthy. So that'll be interesting as well. DeSclafani, Jerry Dipoto had a meeting with the local media later that day and said that he projects as the sixth starter currently and will likely work in a swing start and long relief capacity out of the bullpen. So I'm fine with that. And the cash considerations continue, considering how money is working within this organization throughout this offseason. I'm fine with that. But it's an interesting deal to look at. Here's a look at Mitch Haniger in a Mariners uniform, as we've obviously seen him before in this photo taken by Liv Lyons. I'm fine with that deal. We'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute. But we also look at, there was a second deal that day. The Mariners traded infielder Jose Caballero to the Tampa Bay Rays in exchange for outfielder / first baseman Luke Raley. That is a 1-for-1 deal. The Mariners add Luke Raley, a guy who can play every outfield spot if needed to. They also played first base this past season for the Rays, had a really strong year offensively at the plate, a career year, has some power. And the Mariners send over Caballero, who is kind of an older rookie, considering how much time he's spent in the minor league system for Seattle. Really pesky, solid infielder, but nothing more than that. It's interesting to see the Rays media talk about how he is an elite infielder, and that's just not the case. But we'll look back. This trade makes a little bit of sense. I mean, you were struggling on the outfielder part. Your outfielders outside of Julio Rodriguez before this day were going to be Cade Marlowe, Taylor Trammell, Zach DeLoach, and those guys are fine. But if you want to compete, with the Astros and the Rangers, you're going to need to do better than that. And Luke Raley is better than that. So that's a strong addition. Kind of surprised that Dipoto was able to make the 1-for-1 trade with the Rays, sending Caballero over. And we look at this trade with the Giants, to get Mitch Haniger back is fine. If you're able to keep him healthy, that's a strong addition, and I'm happy with that. The plan for him is to largely play right field as long as his body allows, per Dipoto. Dipoto said he did speak with Haniger that day and that told him that when he's healthy, in 2021, 21, he had 39 home runs and he was hitting about 250. So, if you're able to keep him healthy, that is a strong option. That's a big if, though, as we know with him and his injury history. But regardless, I'm happy with that. Robbie Ray, I was really hoping for the bounce back. I thought he got a lot of an unfair shake from Mariners fans. A lot of fans thought that, he wasn't coming in advertised. And I think a lot of them expected him to be exactly the Cy Young he was after when the Mariners signed him in free agency after his great year with the Toronto Blue Jays. But that was an unrealistic expectation. He ate a bunch of innings. He was really strong, especially in the second half of the year. And the Mariners don't make the playoffs without Robbie Ray in 2022. Everybody's going to remember the home run that Yordan Alvarez hit, but you have to understand some of the context of his impact to bring the Mariners to that point in the first place. So that's all we've got for the Mariners. There are 34 days until spring training officially kicks off and 81 days until opening day on March 28th. So obviously counting down both of them. I do have those listed for a reason. But that's all we've got when it comes to the Mariners. We haven't had